So I have been reading this book, The Art of Letting Go. Of course, you are seeing it in the mirror. One thing that I have come across is the Eisenhower Tower, and it says that what you can do is you can build a 2 by 2 matrix. You can see it here on the screen. Huh? So you build a 2 by 2 matrix and you write urgent and important on both the axes, and then you have actually 4 quadrants in there that are less urgent, less important, urgent but more important. Then you have less urgent, less important but more urgent, and then you have more important and more urgent, right? So basically you have 4 quadrants. Now why I am making this video is that children always come to me and ask, ma'am, why do we need to study mathematics? Why do we need to study physics? And why do we need to study chemistry, right? And sometimes I believe, sometimes of course I answer them, right, that so and so are the reasons you may use these things here and there. And my most common answer is that whenever we put a child into school, we start teaching them the letters and the numbers, and we actually cannot explain to them why are they actually learning to read and write, right? Because they are not developed mentally so much that they can understand that this is the basic of learning many new things that they are going to do and see in their later on life. So we just teach them. So whenever you are studying mathematics or physics or chemistry in general, so you are not just studying that particular part, you are studying a really small thing out of a really big picture. So now when I was going through this book, I encountered a few words that I have already told you. First one is that matrix, the other one is quadrant, right? So since I have been a mathematics student, and of course I love mathematics and physics, so I am very well versed with these 2 words. So since there is no diagram in the book for that Eisenhower matrix, as soon as that 2 by 2 matrix word popped up, my mind instantly made up a matrix by itself, right? When it started talking about the quadrants, I knew what the quadrants are, right? So what's happening is, since I know some concept from my grade 12, so now I actually know what is being written in this book. So I wouldn't say that a person who has never studied mathematics cannot understand at all what this book is saying in that particular paragraph. But the whole point is that since I knew that, so I was able to easily and readily understand what they are trying to convey. I did not need to put in more effort. I did not need to research into that, right? So studying consistently and in depth has actually helped me build a habit and a mindset that whenever I am going through something, either I have those things piled up, those things stacked up, my learnings, they're stacked up, right? And I have also a mindset that I can learn things. So whenever we are solving mathematics problem, or we are doing some something in physics, we are not necessarily doing that particular thing. We are looking at some problem and we are trying to actually comprehend what the problem is. So we are actually able to analyze what is going on around us. Our mind is getting trained to do that. Then we are actually going to find solutions. So then we become the solver of the problems. When we actually provide the solution to that problem, we are actually not only igniting that mathematical part of our mind, but we are also developing that problem solving skill in us, which is not required to do physics only, which is not required to do chemistry, mathematics and biology and everything. That is required to live one's general life, right? So studying one subject does not mean that you are studying that subject for doing that subject only. We are learning much beyond that. So I think that I have given one more answer to the question of the students, that why do we do physics, why do we do mathematics. Stay tuned for more.